Yeah, great. Welcome everybody, and welcome to the session. I'm Gabriel, and I look after the digital team in the First Technology Group. We're a specialist team building solutions on technologies that include Azure, Azure AI, AWS, and Bedrock. And we also have some specific specializations in tools such as Nintex, OutSystems, Freshdesk, Microsoft Fabric. We also built very innovative platforms for many industries, including healthcare and life sciences. And we've just recently been nominated, the First Tech Group, as a global finalist by Microsoft for our work in this field. Before we start, a bit of housekeeping. Today's session will be recorded and transcribed, and we will share the details of this session by putting in this field. Before we start, a bit of housekeeping. Today's session will be recorded and transcribed, and we will share the details of this session by pointing you to our YouTube channel. Please feel free to share this recording with any of your colleagues who might have missed today's session. We've got quite a few attendees today. We've had over 100 registrations for the webinar, so everybody will be muted. And we ask that you please post any questions that you might have in the Q&A window that you will see in your Teams client. We'll try and cover as much of those questions at the end of the session, or we'll get one of our hosts to reach out to you guys if we don't actually get to all the questions. We only have 30 minutes for today's webinar, so it's going to be over a tight session. Okay. So in the last 48 hours, Google has released what is now called the most powerful generative AI model ever, Gemini 3 Pro. And Microsoft has made available during an announcement at Microsoft Ignite some frontier agents that's now available in Copilot, including agents that focus on people skills development, learning, and other productivity agents as part of their frontier program. The tools that is being built on generative AI is advancing at such a rate that it's sometimes difficult to keep up, and it can be overwhelming. Some of my colleagues that know me well know that I often refer to this as the AI hangover, which I visualize like this. The party is clearly on the left, the AI hangover is on the right. How do we keep up? How do we keep abreast with this rapid pace in technology? And this is a graph I think that some of you guys have seen recently in conjunction with McKinsey & Company, and it was actually written by a columnist for the New York Times. Reckon that the rate of technology change has now surpassed the ability for humans to adapt and learn. And that really leaves us in a very interesting predicament. If the technology is moving at such a rate that our own learning ability is keeping us back to actually understand and embrace the technology to its full potential. And we've recognized this in the First Technology digital team, and we've therefore come up with a collection of very practical training material that focuses on these emerging technologies, including those with generative AI capability in them. So I want to introduce my hosts for today. Like I said, I'm Gabriel. I look after the digital team. I also have on the call today Nathan Goosen, who's a team lead in our innovation and Gen AI team, and Greg Fibiger, who is an absolute guru in the data space and heads up our go-to-market value proposition around Microsoft Fabric, Power BI, and the AI capabilities that come with that. And each one of them are going to share today the training programs that they've put together and what the rationale is behind that. We set out with a very simple methodology when we put these training courses together. We know that there are lots of options for clients out there in terms of vendor curriculum in the Microsoft space, Microsoft Learn, and some of the Microsoft certification pathways, and also many, many self-help options, all the way through from Udemy, YouTube, and other self-help opportunities that is available to our customers. We find that all of these are although they might be really good content, can be quite challenging to deliver and get people to make a time commitment to these courses. So we set out to create this brand that we call First Campus AI and First Campus BI with three fundamental concepts in mind. Firstly, very practical training. So all of our training programs It's got a part theory to it, which is really what we feel the applicable theory should be for that topic, and then part practical. In other words, any of the attendees of these programs get their hands dirty. Secondly, we also want it to be flexible and modular. We do appreciate, for instance, to run through the whole curriculum of something like Copilot or Copilot Studio or the Copilot components in Power BI might appeal to only a subset of the audience versus the rest of the audience who might really just want to understand the core of the product. So we built our courses in such a way that they are flexible and modular, and it allows you to put those modules together and pick elective tracks for certain specific people in the audience that might have an interest in that topic. And lastly, given that the bulk of what we'll show you today is instructor-led, either in person or via Teams delivery, that we customize that course as we go along. And we do that by taking feedback during the session and adapting, for instance, the practical work or the focus areas in the course to make sure that it's completely applicable to the audience that's attending. And that's why these courses are typically delivered on a per client basis rather than a very large classroom where there might be multiple clients and industries in the classroom. That really limits the ability to customize and create focus areas in those courses. Great. So I think without further ado, Nathan, I'm going to hand over to you. It's going to talk about two of our value propositions in the AI space. And then I'll take a steer again and we'll switch over to Greg.
Thank you, Gabriel. Everyone see my screen? The quick thumbs
loud
up.
And clear.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you for that. So we've what is the core proposition of what we're solving? Well, when we work with organizations, we see the same pattern over and over again. People are using AI, but few are using it with intention. Most of the time, teams are experimenting. They try a prompt, they hope it works, and they repeat the cycle, but that doesn't scale. The real challenge isn't access to AI. We all have access to AI in some form or another, but its capability. Teams need to understand how these tools behave, when to trust them, and how to build workflows that hold up under pressure. The two programs we offer focus on exactly that. They give teams clear thinking, repeatable methods, and real hands-on skill. The goal is simple: help people use AI in a way that's controlled, useful, and aligned to business value. So AI Zero to AI Hero gives teams a strong foundation. We unpack how AI, ML, RAG, and grounding actually work without overwhelming people with the theory. Then we make it practical. People learn how to design prompts with intent, how to control context, and how to test the output they're getting. We also cover small workflow design and introduce agent behavior so teams see how automation decisions are made. The outcome is a shift from guessing to understanding. Teams walk away knowing how to use AI with purpose, and they can start building simple internal tools straight away. Zero to AI Copilot Hero focus specifically on Microsoft Copilot and Copilot Studio. Many organizations switch Copilot on, but the value only shows up when people know how to work with it properly. This program teaches teams how to prompt Copilot with the right context, how to manage memory, and how to get consistent, reliable answers. We also take them through building simple copilots in Copilot Studio, working with the data analysis agent, and choosing the right model for a workflow or task. The result is a team that doesn't just use Copilot, they build with it, they automate tasks, and they integrate it into real work. And that they do with confidence. In both programs, everyone starts with the same fundamentals track. That's deliberate. We want every person in the organization, no matter their role, to share the same baseline understanding of how AI works, how to use it with intent, and how to work with it safely. Once that foundation is in place, teams can choose the elective track that fits their needs. If leadership is involved, the risks and strategy track gives clear guidance on governance, adoption, and safe rollout. If marketing teams are in the mix, the content track walks them through building full creative and campaign workflows using AI. And for technical or operational teams, the builder track covers engine design, testing cycles, and development patterns. This structure keeps the organization aligned at the core while giving each group the depth they need to apply AI in their own space. This entire training approach is built around one simple idea. People learn AI by doing, not by watching. That's why both programs focus on practical enablement. Every person gets hands-on time with the tools, real exercises that reflect real work, and guidance from practitioners that build these systems every single day. The training is designed for everyone in your organization, from Karen in accounting to Steve in marketing to Sofiso in the C-suite. It gives each of them a clear, calm understanding of these tools and how to use them in their day-to-day work, and removes the uncertainty that often sits around new technology. The structure is simple: 8 hours of core training to level set the organization. That's our fundamentals track. Then applied exercises that build working knowledge of the tools already in your environment, whether that be Copilot or otherwise. The reason it works is fairly straightforward. Once people understand the tools in their context and they've used them in a real scenario, they apply them confidently back in their role. That's when the organization starts seeing genuine value. Thank you. I'd like to hand back to Gabriel now.
Great, Nathan. Thank you so much for that. So for those of you that is interested, if I just share my screen here again, this is our Zero to AI Euro course, which is a bit more tech agnostic, with the main fundamentals track and 3 elective tracks as outlined by Nathan, and then also our the Copilot edition of the same course. Great. So any interested in that, please let us know or reach out to your First Technology account manager and we can have a chat with you of gaining access to that course. Now, one area also, in terms of emerging technology is what Microsoft has done by creating a very compelling consolidated technology answer to management of your data estate in the shape of Power BI, Microsoft Fabric, and then also the AI capability in both of those tools. I'm going to hand over to Greg just to talk us through his Power BI and Fabric Ignite training and the rationale behind that.
Thank you. Right, I'm just sharing my screen. You can just let me know. You're probably seeing that. Right. So to start with, this whole approach that we've got around First Campus and around curriculum and around knowledge transfer is a bit different to what you normally would see. So obviously, we as we worked with clients, we realized that, it's normally a top to bottom approach. In other words, you have a curriculum or there's some video nugget on a learning platform and it's kind of, you got to learn from that. We took a bottom to top approach. In other words, we said, we want real world pragmatic training that's relevant, that's accurate, and in which the attendees or participants can get the most value for what they attending, and hence the fact that during our interactions with clients we realize that yeah, there's a lot of training out there, but if we can create, like I said, a specific customized kind of like an environment in which the user can select the the sessions they require, and so forth, it'll probably be more effective. And also, notwithstanding the fact that we align it to certifications like the DP600 Fabric Analytics Engineer, as well as the other one is the PL300 Power BI. So it's not like we winged it and we just kind of like threw it out there. We really took a pragmatic approach on this. So I'm going to just quickly run through our curriculum, but then I'll show you in the real world, on the real example, working in Fabric and Power BI, how we conduct our training and how it's a bit different to the one that's just kind of pushed on us. There goes. The first thing is, during this journey, we realized, especially in our world, there's two areas that there's a lot of migration implementation in the data analytics space, and the one being Fabric. So hence the fact we put together a curriculum for Fabric, 6 modules in which we take them via fundamentals, intermediate, and advanced, just on intermediate. And we take them through that type of training. Of course, in the Power BI sessions, we built quite a few. There's 23 sessions, which is a 2-hour session that we do. But we've also built 2 for AI, which is our Copilot training towards the end. Now, and this is on a technical slant. What subsequently happened as well is that we started slanting from a kind of a 180 degrees to a 360 degrees in terms of training, because we realized that over and above the technical, the technical guys that sit in the background that need the technical expertise and knowledge transfer, there's the other side, which is the user, which is the consumer of Power BI. So we also started developing curriculum around providing Power BI training out of a consumer point of view. Often they sit there, they open up these reports, and then they boondoggle. Now, boondoggle is the art of looking busy. So you open it up and they look at this dashboard and wow, they look very busy. But in actual fact, they don't know what these guys are doing, or, what it's all about, and, the logic behind the report. So I'm just putting it out there that we do a 360 view on training, not just for technical, which is our core component, but also for the other side. For Power BI AI, we've got 2 modules that we built around Copilot. So typically, in the few minutes I've got left, I'll show you how we conduct training. So you would join our sessions. Like Nathan even said there, it's about doing, not watching, as well as you can select your your modules that you require. It's not about a matter of, well, I've got to take all 23 of them. If you think you're on the level of these 4 over here, then you can do that. Right. So typically we would do the following. Now this is Fabric. Right, this is Fabric that you see there for the non-technical guys. This is the end-to-end that Gabriel spoke about, the unified model in which we do end-to-end Power BI. And there you can see that we've built a semantic model, also very focused on our training to stage data, to correctly stage data and sanitize it. And then we look at Power BI. So typically out of a training point of view, we would go in and say, right, the topic is Copilot. So I'm actually connected to the real world now. That's Fabric. I've connected to the semantic model. And then I would typically start a training and say, right, you've all got your models open. And for sake of time, I've just created a quick sample here. So then we would say, right, everybody, you go down to the bottom right-hand corner and you would drop your little, natural language and start negotiating and speaking to Copilot, because we're going to go and start building a report. So I'm asking for create a map visualization showing profits by branch. And then off it goes. It's kind of like a show and tell that we do because, you know, reading something and sometimes watching videos online on YouTube is, I digress very quickly on YouTube. I start off watching a very, you know, like very focused. And the next thing I'm watching like all these weird videos because, you know, I'm all over the show then. And then typically we would start talking to it. We would say, right, okay, Greg, you've it's kind of created the map. This is real AI, so this is not made up stuff. And then you can just start negotiating with it. But the idea with our training is, firstly, to kind of align to your world where possible. But secondly, is to make it pragmatic. Monkey see, monkey do. It's kind of like you guys are with me. Then they would start asking questions. Greg, what if I type in there something silly like create a filter on a branch? Let's see what it says. Right, and off it goes. And that's typically how we conduct the training. And I think that's very unique and different to the normal what we had at Varsity, where we just get thrown from the top down to the bottom, whereas we can actually course and map our own training. Yeah, and there it goes, you know, and it creates for me a branch up there. So maybe I can go check Gearshift Durban, the Oaks from Durban. There we go. It's right in the central of Durban. In actual fact, that was my school. Hey, there's my school. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, there we go. You kind of get the idea. So to sum it up in a few minutes, back to this. So we've got all our sessions we can avail to you. You can select which ones you want to do. You pay per session, and that's wonderful. So we have many of these sessions running with real-time practitioners. Sorry. We also, you know, we build our own curriculum or our own content as well. So we kind of build content so it's not kind of, you know, it's just out there, plus recording that. And that, in essence, is what we do at Power BI at Analytics and Data. Yeah, over to you. Thank you, Gabriel.
Thank you, Greg. Definitely insightful. So that was a really quick summary of 3 of our courses. Our Zero to AI Hero, which is deliberately tech agnostic, and then our Zero to AI Hero, the Copilot edition, which focuses on the Microsoft tooling in the productivity stack. And then Greg quickly spoke to us there about I guess Zero to either Power BI or Fabric Hero, including some of the generative AI capability that comes with both of those tools now. We do also, in conclusion, completely appreciate that there are scenarios where on-demand training is required, and we have therefore partnered with the AI Skills Development Institute to develop quite a unique value proposition for on-demand training. So at the moment, what we see some of the on-demand training providers do, including Udemy and some of the other obvious players out there in the space, in order to AI enable their content, is really just to put an AI chat interface over that existing learning content. So the AI Skills Development Institute took a different view on this to say that that's great. It obviously gives the learner the ability to interrogate and explore the information that's presented to them through generative AI, but they're only going to know what to ask, you know, from their own intuition. And we therefore have developed, or the AI Skills Development Institute has developed over 130 courses from the ground up, where this on-demand content is actually aware of the fact that it's being consumed by a learning assistant. And here's a quick little screenshot of how that looks. So on the left-hand side, you typically see something that you're quite familiar with in terms of online learning content or a typical classic ebook. But what makes this very different is that the content is prescriptive or suggestive in its nature. So the content becomes alive, and it gives suggested AI prompts to the learner that he can then push over into his learning assistant on the right-hand side there in order to get some of these learning questions answered, and also make suggestions on some potential other questions that the learner can ask. And that is dynamically driven by how far the learner is within the content, what previous courses they might have completed, etc. So here is our one-pager on that. We call it our AI Hero on Demand, which is basically broken up into, it's a per user per subscription model, using this novel methodology of the AI Skills Development Institute. And it starts with different tiers of subscription, from essentials and foundational courses through to intermediate, all the way through to highly advanced courses. And here's some of the fundamental courses. As you can see, it touches on every layer of information worker and management in an organization. And we also have verticalized courses that focus on specific verticals, such as marketing organizations, financial institutions, financial services, etc. So here's an example or view of some of our intermediate courses. Talk about AI for sustainability, for creatives and strategic planners, all the way through to our advanced courses and our highly advanced courses. Any subsequent tier, any higher tier, includes a subscription of all of the courses of a tier underneath that. So, for instance, if you sign up for an intermediate tier, you get all of those intermediate courses plus any of the essential and foundational courses as part of that subscription. Great. We've had a collection of questions in the Q&A. We've got a couple of minutes left on the webinar, so if there are any last questions that somebody wants to put into the Q&A, I think we've answered most of them during the course. Just want to see if there's anything that's not answered. It seems like we've covered all of them. So I want to thank everybody. Trevor here has just asked, what is the subscription cost? Trevor will reach out to you. I know who your account manager is actually, so over there in KZN. So we'll get some pricing over to you. There's a fixed cost for the on-demand training, for the 0 to Hero courses. That's a fixed cost because there's a fixed duration or fixed number of modules that can be delivered as the core part, and then there's some elective options that will influence the price. We've also got a class limit. We believe that a certain class size is ideal so that we can keep the sessions quite practical and interactive. And then for the on-demand training, that's a per user per subscription model based on different tiers and also with some volume discount available. But Trevor will make sure that one of the account managers reach out to you if you can just indicate to them which of these courses you're interested in. Great. Johan's asked for the slides. We'll distribute that after the event, including the recording. We just need to clean it up. So it'll probably be available on our YouTube channel early next week. And then we'll send out a thank you email with both the slides and a link to the recording. Excellent. Bang on time. So I just want to thank my two hosts, Nathan and Greg. Thank you very much. And a big thank you to all of you for attending today's session. Have a great day and keep learning. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.